box, you know, stuff like that.
We're going live.
Right there.
Is anybody calling in?
I
No.
thought they were supposed to be on Zoom, but I don't see.
I am sorry, I got Josh's and there were a couple other ones. Are you unable to be here? Okay.
Are you sick?
Are you
Say
sick?
next to her. Who cares? Where's the sanitizer?
We'll see you when we see you.
I'll do the meeting.
I got
Okay,
just,
perfect, thank you.
Do we have enough people? Do we have to
Yep.
have a certain number? Okay.
4.
Yeah.
So Missy's like 10 minutes away.
You want me to start it?
Start it?
Yeah.
And then Missy can take over.
Tammy will start it, and when you get here, you get here. Okay,
just talk about it.
sounds good.
Yeah, and we're not,
Yep,
and
we
we're
do,
not
we
going
have
backwards.
We're just missing you, Josh, and Victor.
And Victor can't come.
And Victor, yes, is not coming, so,
Alrighty.
okay, we'll start, okay.
Pledge.
She'll be here, sure.
Okay, I call this meeting to order at 5:16. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. A roll call of committee.
Chairman Phillips, absent. Vice Chair Gilbert will be arriving shortly. Member Vadrine,
Here.
Member Castillo,
Here, present.
Member Thorne,
Here.
Member McMinn,
Here.
and Member Quadras is absent.
Righty. Call to the public. Seeing nobody here, I will go ahead and go to reports and updates.
All right. So, September's director's report you all have in front of you. You can see our numbers. Congregate was 1,398. Home delivered meals, 2,186 for the month. We served an average of 60 meals a day, and this number has increased by 45% to like last year's numbers. And then we had 101 homebound seniors that we delivered to through the summer months. So a little staffing update. Miranda Akalski, who actually worked for us for like 7 years. She took a job with PACE Youth Center, and she agreed to, it's been just a great, we were very sad to see her go and tried to keep her, but it's been a good segue, and she's been absolutely willing and able, because Courtney over there at PACE has allowed her to come back and finish up her school-based classes with us. So we're happy about that. We have our volunteers are sitting at about 17. We've got a couple of new ones. We have 3 of our volunteers are special needs folks, and it's really cool to see the impact that coming to the center, being a part of something daily, and working a little bit, how this really impacts these 3 individuals. 2 of them are senior citizens and 1 is not. He's in his 40s. So pretty cool. One of them's Frank's daughter, actually. And I had to kind of talk her into doing it, and she loves it.
Very good.
Yes, very, very cool. I'll drop down. We've continued to do the transportation to doctor's appointments. We had, let me see. I kind of jumped ahead on that. Sorry. Okay, let me kind of fall back. So we continue to hold our classes throughout the month that we normally have. And then partnering with the library, the community health workers, the hospital, that's all kind of
continued as well. We had a total of 18 medical transports for the months of September to seniors, and that's pretty much Frank and Ray taking folks to their medical appointments. We had a blood drive with Vitalant at the center. And then we also have that monthly Sonora Quest comes in from Phoenix and does the lap draws. So that's all continued. We also had a trip to Algodones with 6 riders, had a great time. We had Social Security Administration. They held a second Q&A time for local citizens. And we had 5 in attendance for that. And they're gonna continue that on a monthly basis as well. More than they did a group Q&A, so they kind of had everybody come in and ask just some general questions, not personal questions. What they're going to be doing is Social Security Administration will be making appointments with individuals to come in and actually have a set time with them to kind of go over their Social Security concerns and get things figured out. We hosted a virtual caregiver support group on September 6th and again on the 20th. Kristen's really the only one, sorry to point you out, Kristen, but Kristen's being is a part of that, so maybe she can share with us, you know, how that's
Yeah.
going.
It's a great group. They have they were very welcoming, and they have like, you're online, but they have a breakout session, and they put you in a small group. So it was me and 2 other people. One person had been there for a long time, and then someone else kind of middle. So she kind of was strategic in splitting it up. And then she gave us a couple of things to talk about. And then we split on I didn't know you could do that on the Zoom thing, but it was pretty cool. So we met, and then we all came back together again. And it was really good. It was very helpful. People from
Good.
all over at different kinds of situations and stuff, so that was really nice. was
Awesome,
good.
thank you for sharing. So Kristen, along with some others that are a part of this group, can do this from home. But we also have it and advertise that we have it there at the center, so they can come to the center and be a part of it. We'll log them on and kind of get them going and a part of it. We just haven't had takers on that yet.
Yeah, if there was anybody else, then I would come and join the group at the center
Right,
there, you know, so.
right.
Yeah.
So, other updates, we had our second annual Falls Prevention Fair at the center on the 14th. We had over 15 community partners that showed up for that, and they shared their resources to approximately 45 seniors. So, great turnout on that. We had the Attorney General's office come out on September 20th, and they offered a SCAM presentation. We had 18 seniors in attendance. Super informative. We also partnered with the VFW this month for their annual cereal box drive. Again, this is like the second year we've done this. We normally get like 100-ish boxes for our homebound clients. We got over 400 boxes of cereal this year, which is crazy. It's awesome. We had our Grandparents' Day pancake breakfast. That was, again, our second annual. We held that on September 10th, and 56 came. The event brought in about $655 to support senior nutrition programs. Not bad, not bad, and easy to do. That's a real easy to do event. When I wrote this, we were busy planning for our disco, which we've had and we'll talk about. So I'll kind of leave that. Buckskin and Parker Fire Department has offered to come in and do monthly blood pressure checks and also teach hands-only CPR to our seniors and anybody that wants to come. So they're going to do this on the first Wednesday of each month, starting November 2nd. Free and open to everybody. We also started, we opened up the center to AA. To come in and hold AA meetings at the center, and that started last week. They're doing that Tuesday at 1 p.m. in the that closed private conference room, and then they're also doing it Wednesday evenings at 6 p.m. So pretty cool. And then I just had kind of upcoming activities. We did the Coffee with a Cop. Sheriff Ponce and actually a bunch of his crew from La Paz County Sheriff, they came in with donuts and coffee and just kind of set up at the tables, all at different tables, and talked to people. It was a national holiday, and they utilized that time to kind of do some community outreach. And that's it. We're gonna do, for October 31st, we're gonna do a Halloween costume contest. We're also going to, we were gonna carve pumpkins, but I think we're gonna switch that to painting pumpkins instead of carving.
Yep.
Um,
messy.
Yeah, well, and kind of dangerous. I mean, we have some of our seniors that are a little shaky, so we don't want to have any accidents. So the painting the pumpkins will be fun. And then I gave you all that, as well as our Thanksgiving dinner, our holiday meal flyer. So the date's on there. It's the 20th. And we need volunteers. And that's all I have for you. Any questions?
Okay. Moving right along to old business, going into fundraising. I'm not sure we have anything on deck right now, do we?
We do. Hi, Missy. So
Sorry, Leanne, we'll just let the record reflect that Missy Gilbert arrived at 5:26 p.m.
So we do have, so we just finished our disco over the weekend. Do you want to kind of hear a little bit about that?
Sure.
Okay, so I gave you guys a disco, this was our event and kind of all the details for the event. The back side is the disposition of it, and data that came from it. Basically, you can kind of read who was there. I have to say, Tammy, thank you for all of the tickets that you sold.
You're welcome.
Tammy kicked butt with the tickets. I'm not sure what we would have done without your work on that. And then decorating, Julie, Missy, Julie brought friends. We were definitely, we didn't have a lot of people volunteering, so it was wonderful to have you there and all of your help. Previous to the event, prior to the event, putting on the event, and you all stayed and helped clean up, and I just thank you. We felt like, you can kind of see my numbers. We didn't have great numbers. We sold about 85 tickets, and we had, 85 show up. There were some folks that gave their tables away, so there was kind of a last minute push to invite people. We ended up getting quite a few of our seniors there last minute that didn't buy
Awesome.
tickets. So we had like 25 of our regular seniors there. And the cool thing about that was several of them said to me, and other staff, that it was the funnest time they had had in a long
that's
time.
great.
It was just a really fun event, I think.
I just thought that it was really great that a tremendous amount of the seniors got up and danced.
Yes.
They loved that disco. You were tearing the tile up.
I had a blast. I had a
Fun for
wonderful
everybody.
time.
So,
A
out
lot
of
more
all
dancing.
of this, how much did we raise?
So
Or do you know after expenses where we're at?
Yeah. So, okay. So with the money we brought in was $2,420, and then $190 for the 50/50. So we should get a check cut for that. That's an additional amount. So off of that, $2,420. Our costs were $1,121, and so we cleared $1,179. Not a lot. A couple of things to keep in mind. The decorations, we're still new, so we're buying things that we'll have for the next time. Kind of the same for the honky tonk. When we do an event like this, we're buying good quality things that we're going to be able to use over and over, and we're getting to where we won't have to buy all that, those things each time. I have kind of a rundown. The food costs, the plates came to about $6.20 each. $6.20 a head.
That's not bad.
No,
That
not for
is
the
about
food
right
that
where
you
we had
served.
projected,
Wow.
so. And I want to tell you, I think that the food was great.
Yes,
Good.
it
The
was.
portions were great,
Good.
and my table thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wonderful. That's
Yes.
good. Yeah, really didn't get any complaints on the food. Well, we didn't. We didn't get any complaints. I think we had one of our volunteers that's there every day said that the chicken was a little dry. But we brined it. I had a hard time getting the leg quarters in, so we had to kind of just roll with the breasts. And I brined them, and I think they should have probably been done overnight instead of the
Okay.
2 hours that it was done. But the week before, we had several out. So I was really happy that my staff was back. But that week before, we had a pretty rough week. So it's just pulling something like this off. The amounts does not include the overtime that my staff pulls to do something like this. So, and everybody was there with bells on. So that's one thing that we should take into account. But I was happy with it. I mean, I think that every time we do an event like this, we get a good group of people. Everybody's having fun, and that's what it's about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So.
think it gets better every time and we learn more each time.
Yes.
And I think, like you said, just adding to the inventory now that it's become the community center and, for those options for rentals and stuff like that, I mean, that has a big piece of building your inventory is
Right.
because you can turn that into rentals and more profit. So
Yes.
I call that a win.
And it was so positive. I feel that, again, we're promoting the next time the word will get out, it's a fun place. The food's good.
When we struggle mostly with other activities that are going on in the community, and we worked really hard this year to come up with dates for our events that weren't conflicting with other activities. So we took a lot of time to do that, and it's really hard. We have these couple of windows during the times that we have good weather, and everybody's having events. So
Yep.
I think the Friday night was good. Mandy and I talked this morning, and one thing she said, I said, "What did you think about the time?" And she said, "I think we could have stretched it another hour, a half hour." So like maybe instead of stopping at 8:30, I mean, nobody was leaving. Nobody was leaving. I mean, it was like when Fabian walked out and when he kind of did that last dance,
Yeah.
I felt like, I mean, everybody was kind of like, wait,
Yeah.
can we dance some more? But great participation, so much fun. The decorations were off the hook.
Yes, they were.
And at the end of the night, I mean, we're all pulling 24 hours. I think we had about 14 hours in to our day. And my crew was like, that was so fun. Leslie, one of my cooks said, I love doing this kind of stuff. So
You have an employee
it's
that's
awesome.
a dancing machine, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your help
Awesome.
and
Dancing machine.
support.
I call it a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't have a lot of things to do here. When people can get out and say, I had a great time, that's a win
Right.
alone. Yeah.
The entertainment was cheap, which was great, but we did not have the financial support from the 501c3 this time. So,
That's
we
okay,
made,
we did it.
but we did it.
We did it.
We
So
didn't make a
that's okay.
ton of money, but we did it.
We did it.
Well, now that you know
So-
what to do, just a thought, maybe delaying it until we get the snowbirds in and get the snowbirds involved.
We can. The problem, I mean, we have another event. It's like trying to get all the events in.
Yeah, okay.
So the event that's really next on the schedule, other than, the next fundraising event that's on the schedule is the, Parker's Got Talent. So, we need to kind of sit down and really talk about that. That's in January, and the Snowbirds will be in full force with the Snowbirds for that.
But they like to dance too.
Well, maybe we can do, so we have a couple of dances planned for the seniors, but we don't have another fundraising dance. So we have a senior prom planned, and we have a Valentine's Day dance planned. Those are both on the calendar. The Valentine's, it's around Valentine's, it's a, Sadie Hawkins. So those are the two dances. But they'll be more in the late afternoon, for the seniors. It's a senior event. Unless you guys want to see something changed up with those. But as far as a full-blown fundraising event like this, we're not planning on doing another one this year.
Okay.
Unless you guys come up with something and,
Oh, shoot, we only have 2
Decide-
months,
yeah, it's, I mean,
and we're talking Christmas.
yeah.
I know, huh?
So does everybody have that fundraiser list? Still have it?
I have mine at home. I didn't bring it.
We can change things, you know, if you all see things that, you know, if there's any conflicts with dates, if you're not really liking what we're doing and have an idea on something else, I mean, we can do that. But we got to the point that we had to sit down as staff and figure out what we were planning on doing and get it on the calendar.
Okay, any other questions on the disco? And we talked about future fundraising, so we have some regular dances coming up. What's the next that we should be looking to help decorate or participate? What's our next date?
So I gave, when I was doing my report, I have 2 flyers that I gave you all. So one is the Halloween flyer for our Halloween party. These are both lunchtime events,
Okay,
but
perfect.
they're holiday events.
Thanksgiving.
And then we have one for Thanksgiving, and then we'll have our Christmas luncheon as well. So
So November 20th will be a big date, a nice volunteer time if you guys can make that one. That's a all boots on the ground kind of day. And that is 11:30 to 1. So I will be there for sure to help. So
thank you.
everybody put that on your calendar. Senior Center Thanksgiving.
I'm gone.
Oh,
So I'm kind of looking at this activities list that we had, and we presented that to you all a few months ago. So the men's tea time, we're gonna have a hard time pulling that off.
okay.
And mainly because it's just the time, they really want to host, they want to offer things like this at the golf course when it's warmer. So this is their prime time, so we've got to, if we're going to do that, we need to do it probably in the late spring. We could maybe do that. The Parker's Got Talent is the next one. We have that slated for Saturday, January 27th. We have put that on the, on our town calendar as well as the chamber calendar. So if we're gonna,
Have you started the signups?
nope, haven't started anything. We need to, we were trying to get through the disco, but we need to as an advisory committee, special committee to sit down and have a meeting and kind of figure out what this event is gonna look like and entail. Mandy's gonna be gone. So she's not gonna be able to be involved with that, so it will be.
We're gonna need some all boots on
Yes.
deck.
100%.
Very good.
And then the sock hop, that's in February. It's on the 9th. The senior prom's in April. And then we have some other little things. And then when you go down to the special lunch dates, you'll see those. And then I listed ideas. The food stuff is really easy. Like the pancake breakfast. Kitchen staff has talked about doing like a beef plate, like a Mexican beef plate. I mean, there's different things we could do. A barbecue plate would be good. Stuff
Some-
that's kind of inexpensive.
So maybe that we could use those kind of things as a fill-in between now and, sounds like our next would be January.
Yeah.
So maybe we could use those food plates for fill-ins
Yes,
over the next
absolutely.
little bit. Okay.
And then the Potpourri Craft Show, that's kind of a revisit on Josh's
Oh,
idea
yeah.
on trying to get that going.
Okay.
When, do we have any dates, or are we still thinking about it, or?
Well, I mean, that's, I think, for the group, I think for you as a group to kind of get together and figure out what we want to do. I will say for the Potpourri Craft Shows, I do not want to step on Melissa's feet on those. So she's worked very hard to get her craft shows going on at the park. And she'll help us with ours, but we've got to steer clear of her dates.
Who is this?
Got to be smart about
Melissa?
that. The chamber.
Oh.
Yeah, so she has a series of them. And I don't have the dates on those, but I can get them.
Yeah, maybe see when hers ends and, maybe we can pick up
Yeah.
at least a couple before it gets too hot. Maybe we
Right.
can do something inside when it's hot, but not blistering yet.
Yeah.
What about that indoor event center? Doesn't she do some too?
She does.
So we should probably
She
check
does.
her dates too, and try to
Well, yeah, because, I mean,
same.
it's the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I don't know how much of a moneymaker. I mean, it's pretty simple to put one of those on. The nice thing is I've been involved, I have a side business, and for a lot of years I did the craft shows, not necessarily locally, but, hey, Billy. So, that's okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm up to do whatever the group thinks that we want to do, and as long as it makes sense. And I just ask that I have help.
Well, I think that, I think we have a little more time to think about the craft fairs, because I think Melissa's got some dates. She's corralled the good part to be outside. I think ours was kind of targeted more towards the inside where we could use the venue. But I think we definitely need to start moving in a direction if we're going to get something as far as that food thing. So maybe we can, Josh, Julie, we can do our fundraising, set a date for that, and then get some prospective dates and then start getting with the other group and getting it out there.
Sounds great.
I was
Sounds
thinking
great.
the first part of December, people might want to come to an event like that. If we're offering, like you have something, I know I can do things, but, just
Like
for
to
the
shop
moment.
for Christmas?
Yeah, to shop. I was thinking maybe the first week, or, okay. So would that interfere, December, first week of December?
It wouldn't interfere, but I don't know what kind of, might be a tough turnout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need to do a little investigating, but that's a great idea. I've been a part of ones up in Havasu so I've sold at them, that are like sip-and shops. So we'd have to find, see if Josh would want to come with wine. So we'd have wine, and that would be kind of fun. Wine and shopping. Everything's better with wine, yeah. Well, and you get ladies that are willing to spend money, and then there's proceeds off the wine. So Josh has been very good about, a reminder, when they come in and they provide a bar like they did this last weekend, he'll give us a percentage of what they made, which is really nice, so.
Okay.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'll get with you on a date and we'll try and gather that food part of another fundraiser,
Okay.
November, December, for our January Parker's Got Talent. And then we can kind of reach out from there.
Okay.
So I think that's it for fundraising. I don't have anything for veterans programs. Does anybody?
No.
And I don't have anything for youth programs.
So the veterans programs, Josh talked to me a little bit about seeing if we could get some seniors that would be a part of the parade. He wasn't sure if the parade was happening. Is it happening?
So far.
Okay, it's happening. Yeah, okay. So, so that was one thing he talked to me about with veterans programs.
Okay.
When I asked what he wanted on the agenda.
Well, he's not here.
Yeah.
So,
So we can see
So-
what
do
you.
you want to table that and let one of the subcommittees figure that out?
So that weekend, I have a commitment. I'm off. I'll be in Utah for the Veterans Day weekend, and Mandy has a commitment as well. So neither of us will be around to corral that kind of activity.
Yeah.
So I don't know if one of you wanted to, if you'd be around and would want to, or if I just get my seniors to just kind of do it, and show up.
So maybe we can, it's not necessarily a fundraiser, but maybe we can reach out to any of the veterans at the center and see if
Yes.
they're interested. And
Yes.
just get maybe a head count and go from there. Like, is it worth?
Right. We have quite a few veterans, but is there somebody that would kind of man that?
Right.
Frank, are you going to be a part of that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you already in the parade, or?
No.
No?
Am I already in the parade?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So would you help?
Do you want to chair that?
Then I can help.
Okay.
No, I don't want to chair.
You don't, okay.
Probably need somebody to drive. I mean,
First off-
unless they want to
first off,
walk.
Is it, on what
Yeah.
day is that going to be?
It's November
Do we know
11th.
yet,
drive,
or
yeah.
We haven't set a date yet.
No, they have.
The
town
parade
has.
is
November
November
11th
11th, Saturday.
at 9 a.m.
Okay, Frank, you want me to try to get some people together, and would you be able to drive?
Sure, go drive.
Okay.
I know how to drive.
What about signs? What about signage or decorations? Okay.
Whatever you need, whatever you need.
It's
As
a
long as it
Saturday.
doesn't interfere with my officiating,
Oh, that's nice, huh?
Deal.
at that time would be basketball.
Okay,
Okay.
And the schools play in the morning sometimes.
No,
Frank will do it.
I'm out of town that weekend.
Well,
Oh.
just be late
What do you mean?
leave.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, yeah.
or get back early.
Tammy will fill one out for you. I can fill the form out. You want me to fill it out?
When it comes to my grandson.
Okay. I'll fill the form out. We'll start looking and trying to get some of our peeps together that would want to be in it. I think we need to kind of know, like, what are they gonna write in?
So maybe we can touch on that
Senior band.
Well,
in
the
our
sheriff's
events and
department can help.
fundraising meeting and kind of brainstorm through that.
Okay, okay. We got a little
Sheriff's
time.
department And police department can help.
Do you have a flatbed? Do you have like something that they can get on?
You could do like
Gonna
a
make a
hay,
float.
Pickup, as
the
far as that
hay
goes.
bale, the hay ride type one is easy to do too.
We have a trailer.
Sit people.
You do, Julie?
Yeah, just
A flatbed.
that we, you know, take ATVs and stuff on.
Oh. Chief Bailey has got
Yep.
a flatbed too.
Oh,
Frank, do you want to be the one to try to figure out whose trailer you're going to use, and since you'll be pulling
How
it?
many we're gonna have?
I don't know. I need to get going on it.
Well,
I need to.
Let me see how many people I can find out that's got flatbeds a little long.
I bet you I could get you 8 people to do it.
Who?
Easy. I bet you I could get you at least 8 people.
Okay, with flatbeds?
No, 8 people to ride.
8 people to ride, and you come up with your own
she can
flatbed.
get the riders.
You
You're
just
gonna
tell
find the
them,
riders, and you're gonna come up
Yeah.
with your flatbed.
yeah, you just tell
Okay.
them to meet at whatever location at that
Okay.
time to ride. But there's a form you've got to fill out.
Yeah,
an
I'll do that
application On the
for
Town of
Frank,
Parker
yeah.
website.
Okay. Perfect.
Perfect.
These are veterans.
Okay.
Some of us can walk beside the
Moving on
flatbed.
to youth programs again, I don't have anything. Do anybody have anything on youth programs?
Zilch.
Senior activities, we kind of touched on a bunch of it, but a recap. Looking for the participants at the senior center for the November 11th parade. November 20th is Thanksgiving. At the senior center, end of November, beginning of December, prospectively looking to do a food sale thing. And then January, Parker's Got Talent, kind of a rundown. Did I miss anything?
The Halloween party on the 31st.
Oh,
That's it.
Halloween. Okay, perfect.
Halloween.
Okay, any questions or comments on senior activities? So subcommittee activities,
It's me. So I have this handy dandy flyer right here, and there are several of them. And what this is at our subcommittee meeting, we were talking about how we receive funding from WACOG, and with the cost of food, sometimes by the end of the year, they're running out. So, what I thought about was, we have this flyer that does suggested donations, and on it, it'll tell you that if you donate $250, we can feed 38 seniors. So, with this information that we have in this flyer, we are gonna go to Rotary, Seroptimist, both Rotary Clubs, Seroptimist. And then contact some businesses to see if they would donate. In return, either you might get a certificate up on the wall,
nice.
Didn't get
because
one
we
of
don't
those.
want that to happen again. So, and this would just be a one-time thing for this year. If it goes over well, we might do it again, but we're gonna try it.
Do you have extra flyers? We didn't get one.
So, can I say
Thank
something?
you.
So one of the things to remember when we're talking to people is that the senior center has always depended on,
WACOG.
well, no, I mean, we have our funding sources, but we've always depended on donations from folks. So that was something that, that Darla Tilley worked very hard at getting. So she was able to bring a lot of money into the center. And things are very different now. I mean, we're doing a lot more activities, trying to connect. It's hard to, it's really hard. And we don't have those same donors. Some of them have come forward and we are getting donations, but not to the extent that we were getting them before. So this, I thought, was a great idea that Tammy came up with. And we hope it works. It's a little more formal than what she did, which I think will be great.
It is, but I think that when we go and we talk about this, it will give us the opportunity to let some of these people know what exactly is happening at the center.
Right.
Whether it be your stretch and tone,
Yes.
your exercise, your arts and crafts, and how literally it's probably the cheapest place to eat in town, and the meals are good.
Can we get this printed in the paper?
Oh, she will have some for you.
No, I'm talking about
To
the
put it
newspaper.
in the paper?
In the newspaper.
Do you guys want to do that?
Well, why not?
Sure, hey.
And on the radio. That's free advertising.
KLPZ, or not KLPZ, yeah,
Yes.
KLPZ. Juanita and Keith are always great about that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking to these people, make sure that they know that we serve the entire county
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
not just Parker proper.
First of all, I'm not gonna go by myself.
No, no, no.
Leanne and Mandy would,
Back.
We're gonna have to tag
Yeah.
team.
yeah.
But I think if we're all kind of, I mean, in my mind, we could all be talking to people. We all have connections and things. So, going and doing the circuit at the clubs is great. But there's also people that we know, that are willing to donate. Now, if they want a tax write-off, we need to run it through the 501c3. That's the trick. So if they talk to you about wanting a tax write-off, we've got to do it a little differently.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay. So then also the subcommittees would be the fundraising and events 3, and then the marketing. So anything else for the marketing? Anything from the marketing side of? Okay, I think as far as the fundraising and events, we just got the brief on the disco, and I already kind of gave a rundown of all of our future stuff. So we'll get with you between the 3 of us and see when we can plan a date for our next meeting, and I'm sure Tammy will follow right after we make some decisions on our next food plate.
So, so Tammy, Frank, and Kristen's meetings are the 3rd Wednesdays is what they picked. Right?
We're- Yeah.
Okay.
We're at
3rd
We
Wednesday.
have one the
Wednesday or
18th then, right, this week?
A little,
Frank, you have a meeting
got it.
on the 18th.
18?
Their
Leanne,
subcommittee.
what time do you want us to arrive?
I'm looking, we've been doing it at 8:30?
Mm-hmm.
8:30.
8:30.
I mean, it's whatever works for you guys, honestly.
30 is good.
If 8:30 works,
That's fine.
This is the board meeting here.
No, we meet
the third Wednesday.
At the senior
at
center,
the
right?
senior center,
Yeah.
So it's
at
a
the
once a
center.
month,
It's the
once a
18th.
month meeting.
the 15th.
So,
15th?
so we all participate? If we're in a committee, we're all going?
No, that's just for the fundraising committee.
Oh, okay.
And then, we had been meeting,
18th.
for the, activities and events.
Morning.
So that's
In 2
Josh, yourself, and Missy. And we had been meeting. The other group hadn't been meeting, so they just started.
That's next month.
So we were,
2 days.
we were kind of throwing it out to you, Mandy or I were throwing it out to you guys on what worked. I think we need to get a schedule going. I don't know what, I know for Josh and Missy, it's hard, because you're working.
A schedule is better, though, easier if we can get on a schedule.
Okay,
I think just leading up to events, we're meeting more often.
yeah,
So, and then we kind of get our feet on the ground after the event and start over. So
so is afternoon probably better for you and Josh?
let's see what Josh has got, because
Okay.
he's probably the biggest variable with his job out there. He's just
Okay,
sometimes overcommitted. So
okay.
let's see if he has a
And if
preference.
one of you isn't able to come once in a while, it's not, I mean,
Yeah,
at least still kind of move forward with things.
Yeah. we can create an ideal and then
Right, right.
see how we go.
Awesome.
Okay, new business, discussion and possible action on the following items. Fall, winter activities update. So I think, again, that's the rundown that we kind of just gave. Do we need to vote on any of those items? I think probably when we come back in November, we're gonna have to make some decisions on that meat plate, and we may even have to make a decision before then. So should we put a vote on that we're going to move forward with a food plate? Do we need to put something?
Can't vote on things unless they're specifically agendized
Mhm.
and food plates weren't part of the request.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we've already.
So, and then you have on here, action to approve or deny the increase in suggestion donations for meals. I think we've done that.
So, we did, but I gave the wrong amount for the non-seniors. So we approved to go up to $5 for seniors, so from $4 to $5, and to go from $6 to $7 for non-seniors, but it needs to be at 8.
Okay.
So that was my boo-boo. So I'm asking that $5 stands for non-senior, for
For
seniors,
seniors,
and that the non-seniors would go up to $8.
Didn't we
Okay.
already vote on that?
We voted on, from it going from 6 to 7.
So she,
Now
she
you're going
stated
from
the wrong
6 to
amount,
8. Oh, okay.
so we just need to
Right.
make a,
It was already
Adjustment.
7. Yeah,
That's
it was
fine.
already 7 and it was my mistake, so
Okay.
so I'll entertain a motion.
I apologize.
I make a motion that we increase the suggested donations for meals, $5 for seniors, $8 for non-seniors.
I'll second.
Got a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Any future topics?
On your meat plate if you want to vote on it.
So I think already kind of what we've given the rundown and discussion on the meat plate and
Should we put kind of the list of upcoming events? Like even if it's for the next 6 months and just kind of vote on all of them? Would that
or
make
at least
sense?
if we
or-
had it on there,
Okay.
we could
Yes.
make a
Right.
discussion
Right,
on each. Sure,
okay.
Perfect.
perfect. Okay,
So just to be clear, you're gonna give me a list of everything?
Mhm. So I've already submitted a list for potential events. So, yeah, I don't think it was voted that we would do all of that. I think I just presented it. Yeah, there's
okay.
kind of a little worksheet for everybody to look at. So we can get together a new list maybe that's a little more dialed in? Does that make sense? Okay.
For sure. Our next meeting is November 20th, which is also our Thanksgiving at the Senior Center. So is that okay with you? That's a busy day at the center.
Yeah,
So-
I'm okay with it.
Are you
Okay.
okay with that?
Okay.
All right.
So anything else?
I'll be a mess. You guys are okay with that?
All right.
We'll give you a chill
Meeting
pill.
adjourned, 6:03. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Frank, in 2 days? Mother. That meeting at 8:30 in the morning?
Okay.